Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired as shit right now. But I just want to get a rant out there because it's something I've been kind of thinking about for a little bit, and I just want to talk about it. Genuinely, what is going on with Battlefield right now? I don't understand what EA and DICE is doing right now. I genuinely don't. So if you guys don't know, apparently the update that was supposed to bring the scoreboard back to Battlefield, something that should have been there in the first place, a scoreboard, something that every other shooter game has. The update that was supposed to come out with that was pushed back. I don't understand who gave the green light on a game that didn't have a scoreboard. I feel like that is a fundamental thing to have in a game before you launch it. I genuinely don't understand someone who would look at a game, not only as broken as Battlefield is, but someone coming into a boardroom and saying, we don't have a scoreboard yet, and them saying, okay, just push it out. I could understand EA and DICE and shit doing this if it was something that had the potential to make them money, but it doesn't. We know that pushing games out this early doesn't work. It doesn't earn you any money. Like, we've seen this time and time again. Think Cyberpunk. Think of how much bigger a release that game would have been if they would have just delayed it a few more times or something, Even if it would have been kept getting delayed, and I understand they wanted to get it out before the holiday, and that's the same thing that happened with Battlefield, it seems like. But this has happened before. You push out a game, even if it's the holiday, you want to get it out before the holiday, whatever. You make less money because it's broken and people don't buy it, and there's bad reviews, and everyone talks about how bad it is, and people don't buy the game. And this is something that has happened directly to EA before. Think Anthem. EA put a lot of money into Anthem, and it all went up in smoke. They made no money back on Anthem. I don't know how much money they put into it, but I know it wasn't some small amount, and they lost all of that money. So I would like to know who the hell at EA saw what happened with Anthem, where they pushed out a game well before it was ready to release and lost all their money and said, let's do it again with Battlefield. Like, they said, I understand it's not done yet, but just get it out anyways, like we did with the last game where we lost our entire investment. Like, it genuinely doesn't make any sense to me. I can understand them implementing things like microtransactions in ways that might hurt the gameplay of the game. Why? Because that could make them money. That could be a big payoff. And it was a big payoff in games like FIFA. They've had positive success with that thing in the past. When is the last time them or anyone has seen a positive success from pushing a game out before it was ready to release? Pushing a game out without a scoreboard, so that when people run a tournament on your game, something that helps promote it, when people do that, they have to keep score by pen and paper because you didn't implement a scoreboard. Like, it genuinely baffles me. They've had so many issues with 2042. Like, as far as I understand, Battlefield 5 is stomping on 2042, and that game came out in 2019. Battlefield 1 has more active players over the course of a day than Battlefield 2042 is, and it's only getting worse. And I know they've had this, I think it was an earnings call or whatever, talked about how Battlefield is no longer one of their priority franchises, and that's their own damn fault. Like, what did you expect? You pushed this game out in a completely broken state. Of course you're not going to make money off of it. I don't know, all this stuff just genuinely confuses me because it's just a surefire way to lose money. It's like they threw all their money in a toilet with Anthem, flushed it, and saw it go down the drain, saw all their money go away, and they're doing it again and saying, well, maybe if I push the button this time it won't flush like it did last time. Like, what? Just delay the game. Just admit it's not in a state to release and delay it. There's no shame in delaying it. It already got delayed. People understand that there were issues with COVID. We understand that a lot of your developers left over COVID and everything like that. Just be realistic. All these game companies need to do is be realistic with their targets. If your game is not going to be ready by holiday that year, Get it ready for a holiday the next year. Like, you'll make more money in the long run. I understand delaying a game, it hurts, figures and everything like that, because it was projected to come out then, and it's not anymore, and you lose shit off that, whatever. You still make more money in the long run. Like, releasing 2042 has realistically completely doomed Battlefield. Like, I do not, and so many people genuinely don't see Battlefield recovering from this. Like, it's done. This is it. They had one shot. They had one final shot. Battlefield was already kind of on its last legs, and they fucking missed. They missed hard. They missed so hard, they hit someone else, dude. Like, it's that bad. And honestly, the issues with 2042, for me at least, go well beyond just performance and missing features. Like, the game fundamentally to me is just bad. Like, the perfect example for me is the maps. God, the maps, holy shit. How do I even describe these maps? They are monstrosities. There's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go. You have the objectives, and in between, you have absolutely nothing. There's nothing in between any of these objectives at all. Case in point, I think it's Breakaway, where it's like an ice map. You're like in Antarctica. It is literally 3 completely different maps. You have a bunch of warehouses. You have the oil rig. And then you have, like, some icebergs. And what do you have in between that? Fucking nothing. A flat... Or either you're running through a canyon where you get shot at from fucking 50, fucking kilometers away. Or you're out in a ravine where you get shot at off of a cliff from 50 kilometers away. Or you're just out on the rocks and you get shot at from off a cliff from 50 kilometers away. It is, these maps are designed awfully. The only half decent map in the entire game is Orbital, and even that's pushing it. I don't like Orbital. It still has the issue of having really nothing in between objectives. The only thing is, Orbital just has way more objectives. And don't even get me started on the operators and abilities. God, why does everybody thinks their game needs to be like Rainbow Six or Overwatch, and it doesn't. Please trust me, it doesn't. No Battlefield fan asked for some Apex Legends operators shit. Okay, no one asked. I cannot think of a single person who wanted them to implement operators with abilities and wingsuits and shields, and no one wants that. No one wants that, dude. Just give us classes and just give us cool guns. Honestly, at the end of the day, whether it's the performance issues or bugs or glitches, or it's just the fundamental game concepts where there's maps with no levolution, nothing to them, no soul, this game has killed Battlefield. It has genuinely killed Battlefield. I do not think we're going to see any more biannual Battlefield releases. I think we'll see a new Battlefield live service every 5 or so years, and that's what we're going to have to get used to, because I don't think they care about Battlefield anymore. Battlefield 5 didn't do too well, even though it was a good game. Battlefield 5 was a fundamentally pretty good game. I enjoyed playing Battlefield 5. But they ended support for it to work on 2042, and look what they did. So I feel like the way we think of Battlefield nowadays is dead. We're going to see a Battlefield every 5 years or so, and it's going to be a live service that they try to stretch out until it's absolutely on its last legs and dead, and then they make a new one. And it's just not going to be that successful. I think everyone who used to work on Battlefield 4 has kind of left, as far as I understand, and we're just never really going to see the same Battlefield again. So, thank you, DICE, thank you, EA, for absolutely fucking destroying one of the most iconic first-person shooter franchises out there. Thank you so much, all because you couldn't delay a game that you knew was broken, because you knew it didn't even have a scoreboard. Anyway, guys, this is only my 3rd video. I know it's been a while since I posted the last one. Just haven't really found anything that's really piqued my interest, but this is just something I've really wanted to talk about for a while. So I just wanted to get this out there. Hopefully I'll get this video out pretty soon, and I'll see you guys later.